Previously on Mazda Minitruckin'.
Okay, so the engine is out, and I have a problem. Some would call it a problem. I don't know if it's a problem, but you know, I have a tendency, all I wanted to do was rebuild this motor, or do a backyard rebuild. It works, but let's freshen it up. And I wanted to put it in here, and I wanted to take this truck down the road and make sure this automatic transmission works. But I just have this issue sometimes when I say to myself, while you're in there, how many times have you said that to yourself? Hey, while I'm in there, I might as well do this. This transmission is really nasty. And so while I'm in here, I'm thinking I want to drop the drive shaft and get this out of here. It's just a couple more bolts because I've got it supported with that bar. A couple bolts on the cross member, you know, drop that drive shaft. Of course, we're going to drain the transmission, but then we can get this thing out of here and power wash it, and that will be clean. I want to put it back in clean, and then of course I may just go ahead and push the truck outside and just clean this up. Go ahead and remove the AC components. Not worried about that right now. And of course just get rid of some wires and stuff, and then I just probably clean this up. So I'm going to try to take you under there with me. I've got it all on jack stands. It's jacked up. I've got 4 jack stands. Seems rock solid. Never can be too sure, so I'm going to keep a couple jacks under it. But I got to have one to hold the transmission up while I remove that bar. So anyways, let's go up under there and take the drive shaft out first. Boy, a lift would be nice. That was very hard to break. I could not get my impact to work on it. I don't have a 14 millimeter in a 1/2 inch short. But anyway, I had to prop this dude up against the gas tank with a screwdriver to break it loose. See if we can keep doing it and I'll show you what I'm talking about. There's a booger. Somebody's gonna get in the comments and be like, oh man, all you had to do was, okay. Very, very tight. Very tight. Very tight. Very tight. How tight was it? It was very tight. Oh Lord. Oh, I should have brought a hammer in there. Daggum. Oh wait, I got one. Oh Lord. Man, that wasn't supposed to drain like that. Okay, I should have drain the transmission first. I thought I could do this first. But as with everything, I probably should have started by draining the transmission. So yeah, you should drain the transmission first before you pull the drive shaft. But on a happier note, the fluid looks really good. It looks really good. I don't know if anyone had ever changed it before. I do know that the pan gasket looks like it was leaking on the passenger side. Anyway, looks good. Okay, let's drain this fluid. You're gonna want to get something to catch it. And what you're supposed to do is remove the rear bolts and the side and leave the forefront, and you kind of let the pan just dump the majority, and then you take the rest off. So we're gonna give it a go. There's a lot of gunk on these bolts. I hope I can get them all out. Oh, let me use a screwdriver to gently pry it loose. We'll see what happens. Just pull it out. I think I made a train screwdriver. The front is so funny. Let me just. Oh, hold on. Ooh, shit, oh, guess that's weird. Oh, it's wanting to. Ooh, yeah. See what I'm saying? Ooh, boy. No, stuff everywhere. So much for keeping my carpet clean. I should have put down a tarp. Man, that got my drill and everything soaked. I think the title of this video here is going to be called Mistakes Were Made. Because I have made some mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Goodness. I might have to bump up my bath day from Sunday to tonight. Oh, there we go. Man, this is, oh God, very freaking dirty job. Man, everything in there looks nice and clean. Of course, transmission fluid is the cleaner. But, let me look at this pan. It looks really clean. Little, you know, just normal stuff, which is a good sign. Good sign for me. Maybe it has been treated very nice. So all I want to do now is wipe this down, clean the dirt off, put it back on so I can, they say to put a jack under it just to be able to remove the bolts and then lower it. So let's do that. Okay, so I cleaned all of the bolts and I cleaned up the pan really good. The gasket is still on it. And all I want to do is I wanted to drain it, of course, and I wanted to clean it up and put it back on so I can use it as a point. It's very hard, by the way, to use it as a point, like the book says, to put a jack under it to get the cross member bolts out, and then lower it and then pull it out from the truck. So I'm gonna bolt it back up. I mean, just look, it is nice and clean, very clean. But I will get back in there. Let's see if I can situate you. I will get back in here, and I mean, it looks good, but I think I'll go ahead and change the filter out. Not right now. I just want to get this thing out here. I don't even have one. But I'll get a new gasket. And a new filter, and put it all back together when it's out of the truck, and then put it back in the truck. One thing I should note, one of the books I was reading said to put a sealant on this mating surface, then the gasket, and then sealant on the pan and then put it together. But if this has never been into, I'm not seeing any sealant. All it had was a gasket. So I might just, if you've done this before, and if that's how it's supposed to be for Mazda, because I'm not sure, drop a comment below, and I may post this on the forum and ask in there too. So anyways, let's just go ahead and start. You know, I just wanted to clean everything up after taking it off and draining it. I wanted to make sure everything was clean. I didn't want to put it back together and be getting dirt everywhere. Okay, there is a with your shift linkage, there's a cotter pin looking thing up there. It was hard to reach and get to, so I just went ahead and did the one that's right under the shifter. Went ahead and undid it and just put it back together. I'm gonna let it hang. Now, I believe these are 14 millimeter. I'm gonna take, well, get ahead of myself. I need to put a jack with a couple of blocks right under this just to support it. And then of course I'm gonna have to jack it up. Well, I need to take these loose, jack it up of course, and get that bar out from under it, and then this thing it'll be free, and it may have to go forward a little bit and come down. Okay. Turns out it was a 15. Oh boy. Lock washer. It looks like it's a lock washer and a washer. Definitely going to get a new transmission support mount, because why not? All right, let's jack it up. Let's see what happens. Let me get onto the back and look. All right, I can remove the bar. All right. Oh, the speedometer cable. Can't forget that. I just undid the speedometer cable with a pair of pliers. Not too hard. I did undo these. These are the mount bolts. Well, the whole thing's a mount, but that's the rubber mount. But the book said it would be best if you undid the entire mount, or they called it something else, and the mount. So I did these two bolts, but you know, there's some way up here in a hard to reach spot, so let me get those. Let me go ahead and tell you a couple things. You see these emergency brake cable holders? You have to remove 2 of those clips. One is on the truck here, and one is on one is on the mount, the transmission mount. Hard to get to, but you can pop them off. And one is right there on the truck. So now what I'm gonna do is lower the transmission, and it might tilt toward the front. I'm hoping it'll clear this cross member, and then I can roll it out. Stay tuned. You ready to watch me mess up? Stay tuned. Yeah, I got them 2 hydraulic lines that go to the radiator. And they're up there and I got to deal with them. I don't want to really bend them up or nothing. But I think I might try to, this might get real sketchy. Push it forward. To get it clear, just like that. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. It's almost clear. I don't know what that crunching noise is. I'm hitting on something. It's these rubber hydraulic lines. There may be a better way to deal with that, but the book didn't say I had to do anything other than cap those off. And you gotta know, this is my first auto to deal with. But, oh, all right. Oh yeah. It is really ready to drop, kinda. So let me get up front and do that. Okay, that's not what I wanted to happen. Really need a transmission jack, but we got to figure out a better way to go in with it. For sure. All right. All right, so now I think I'm gonna take this tube out. I couldn't get to it earlier. Just one little bolt. Okay, the trans is out. This thing fought me a little bit. I'm not used to an automatic. I'm not even sure it's any bigger than a 5-speed, but the 5-speed to me is a lot easier. And the reasons are, don't have to deal with torque converter, don't have to deal with the transmission dipstick tube, don't have to deal with these hydraulic lines that go to the radiator, the little vacuum line. You don't have to deal with that. It was a little bit of a fight. I had to unhook this shift lever deal, and probably should have done it here because this can fight you a little bit, but it's hard to reach. A lot of this stuff is hard to reach. I mean, I couldn't really get to this that well without having the trans brought down some, and then it was hanging on the firewall. So, but it's out. So now it's a vent, but now it's time to spray it down. Take it outside, spray it down, tape up a few things, but spray it down and clean it.
Next time on Mazda Minitruckin'.